What? Nothing. It's just saying it's a cool shirt.
It is.
Okay.
Mine's long sleeve.
Mine's short sleeve.
Because it's going to be cold here soon.
I hate sleeves.
I hate the cold.
Definitively, sleeves are the worst.
I hate shirts.
Just in like the concept of them?
Kind of.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Fair enough. Welcome to Vinyl Reckoning. My name is Matt.
I'm Stacy.
This video is going to be a little bit different. Over the last month or so, I've been posting ask us your questions on Instagram. Some of you responded with some really good questions. Others were terrible, so we're not putting them in the video. But some of them were really, really good.
I kind of want to know the terrible ones.
No, they're gone forever.
But you know them.
I don't remember them. Oh. Other than I remember them being terrible.
Come on, guys.
So we left it open to really ask us anything you want about the channel, about us, about collecting, things like that. So I guess we should just dive right in. I also forgot to write who wrote the questions. So
whoever wrote questions, thanks.
Thank you. So the channel started as not a channel, it started as a podcast with me and my buddy Tim. And we talked about records that I would buy while, under the influence of alcohol, a little drunk in Amazon or drunk in record shop type thing. We had a lot of episodes. It was really well received. Because of it's fizzled a little, and then I wanted to do more. We still wanted to do the podcast, which is still available wherever you listen to podcasts, called the Vinyl Reckoning Podcast. We still wanted to do the podcast, but I wanted to branch out and do YouTube. Tim didn't really want to do YouTube. Perfectly respectable. Then we met, and we both have a love for collecting records. So I was like, hey, do you want to be in my YouTube videos? And you said yes.
Yeah.
That's it. I mean, that's how you came along.
It is.
You were very much like,
sure.
Why not?
I was nervous, but
yeah, you're getting better. We're just getting better.
Yeah.
So you really can't. Yeah, and then we just went to record stores and spent too much money and all that fun stuff.
Let's talk about it.
Next question.
I don't know. I've always liked. I didn't know I was answering first. Jeez. I always liked. I don't know. Artwork for album artwork has always been something that if it's not important to me, but I've always thought it's something I've always remembered looking at and enjoying as part of the whole album experience, I guess. And so when I first started collecting, I was like, hell yeah, it's big artwork, and it's displayable but I don't know. I guess I just
started with artwork.
Kind of, in a weird way, yeah. I was and then they would have the alternate albums, artworks and stuff I would try to, find. But I don't know. I think it was just something that, a different and fun way at the time. I want to say it was back in 2010 might have been the first time I started buying records. And I don't know. It just was fun to go and search for the ones that you grew up listening to and owning that in a different format. And it was fun to go and, search for it, I guess. So it just kind of picked up from that. I don't know.
I like it.
There was never any I love it sounds better. I was never any of
never
that
one
type.
Of those, yeah.
No, I was always just this is fun to collect. And I'm gonna keep doing it.
I think everyone sort of starts out in the same fashion when we're younger. I mean, obviously we didn't grow up with vinyl as the main format.
Right, I grew up collecting music on
CD.
iTunes and CD. Well, CD first, and then when I did, I have a booklet still that has old CDs in it, but then later on it was how much music I had on iTunes, and then I'd get an external hard drive just to put all my iTunes music on it, and thousands and thousands of songs, and I was really proud of that at one point.
it was a weird natural progression for me.
Yeah.
I think, when you're a kid, maybe sometimes you got like a little allowance when you did your chores around the house. My friends would go spend it on like candy and, toys and stuff. I was like, what CD can I get?
Yes.
I was 8 years old, 9 years old, and going into like the local music shop, buying up CDs.
Right.
Every year at my grandmother's, we would have like a yard sale. I remember I was probably 12 or 13 at the time. That's really when it started for me. And my uncle had all these old records, and I was like, what is this? So, I mean, I knew what vinyl was. I wasn't that insane, but I was like, oh, this is all really cool. He had some really bad stuff, i.e. Ted Nugent, but he also had like Black Sabbath, a bunch of metal like that, which I'm pretty sure were my dad's, because my uncle just never seemed like the one to listen to Black Sabbath, but I could be wrong. So I asked him if I could just have them instead of him selling them for like $1 or $2. Now, mind you, this is 22 years ago. And that's kind of where it started for me. And it's sort of the same thing. I loved the big artwork. I liked the process of it, right? Like it, for lack of a better term, it's a very intimate process, like pulling the record out, dusting it off, spinning it. It forces you to listen to an entire album.
Yep.
And I mean, it doesn't. You can switch the tracks, but you get what I'm saying.
To do that, yeah, it's better to, I think.
And because I used to collect CDs like I do vinyl now, it just became a thing where like, this is my format, this is what I want to do. So now for, I'd say the past 20 years, I on and off was collecting, right? For one reason or another, I would sell my entire collection, but I'd say for the past 13, 14 years, I've been collecting consistently. Yep. But I don't overdo it because we don't own a house yet, and I have to move all these, and they're not fun to move.
Yeah.
All right, next question. So realistically, I shouldn't even say that. I love the format. I love that it takes time, forces you to slow down, truly enjoy and take in an album. That's why vinyl. Yeah. All right, next question. This one I know for a fact, I think comes from, I think this one comes from Concert Buddy, but I could be wrong, so go check out his channel. We'll link it in the description. Yes.
And yes.
Yeah, I think, again, 20 years of collecting on and off, and then you...
About 12 or 13.
Yeah, on and off. So yeah, we definitely feed each other when it comes to like the collection. She feeds me more than I feed her, but like I convince her, like, I'm like, just buy it. If you see it, just buy it, because we're on this earth once.
I know, yeah.
And, we're not homeless yet due to our collection. So, yeah, I mean, we definitely did.
Yeah, we did. It's kind of, okay, go on. Yeah, you're right. I'm saying we both, I feel like that's kind of what put us together in a way. So, but go on.
Yeah. Oh, well, we're about
to the next question.
Yeah. Someone asked, this is my favorite story, kind of. So we have been following each other on Instagram because of vinyl, because we both had vinyl posts.
Yep.
For 6 or 7 years, and our life circumstances at the time did not allow us to come together, I guess, for lack of a better term.
Right. Respectively, we were friends, but not like,
And we were interweb friends. And then life has a funny way of working out, and years later, I was like, decided to shoot my shot, and she was like, yeah. And I was like, yeah.
And they were like, yeah.
But yeah, that's how we met. We met on Instagram, no joke, about 7 years ago. Life is funny. And then I was like, hey.
Yeah. It was like easy little like vinyl conversation here and there. And then, and then one day you were like,
what's up? I think you're cute.
Like,
I didn't.
Same.
That's how we met.
Shit.
There was no given number, so I'm going to say top 3.
Okay.
Top 3. End of an ear in Austin, Texas, for sure.
Yeah.
100%.
That's one for me too.
Yeah, great store. I miss it already. We don't live in Austin anymore. Love that record store. What else? Top 3. What's one for you? So you have End of an Ear.
End of an Ear. I want to say Zia's.
Okay.
just because they're all over Arizona, and I think they even have one in Nevada somewhere, maybe in Vegas, I think. But they're huge. If you've ever been to a Zia's, and obviously they're known like online, that you can buy. They have like a gigantic website where you can buy all the records and whatnot. But like going into a Zia's, they're like so big, and then they have a whole section with books and games and toys, and then they have a section of obviously majority of records. They have comics. They have anything in all their little gifts. They're so cute. Like they have funny little like kitchen towels that say funny things on it, and silly mugs that say stuff that like
a little kitschy.
Yeah.
Tchotchkes.
Right. Yeah. Like I have to poop mugs and stuff.
Yeah.
Like silly things like
Same.
that. Right.
But
yeah, I think Zia's is probably, I want to bring you into a Zia's so bad one day.
I will say my second choice is a new one, Sorry State. I think here in Raleigh, North Carolina. I think their selection is just unmatched. Their knowledge is astronomically, like, unequivocally amazing.
Yeah.
It's one of, they know everything about everything. And they always have a great selection, which will actually come up later in this video. But overall, I think, I'd have to say Sorry State. And my third one, it's a toss-up. I think it used to be Bull Moose Records back in my home state. I think they've driven their focus less on vinyl and more on that like kitschy novelty type of stuff. So 15 years ago, sure, Bull Moose. I don't think I actually have a third because I've been to record stores all around the country, but not enough to go back and forth.
Well, you said 3 already.
No, I didn't.
End of an Ear.
End of an Ear.
Sorry State.
Sorry State. It might be Bull Moose.
Might be. Okay.
10 years ago, it would have been Bull Moose.
Well, I almost wanted to say like Amoeba, but that's like, I've been to the Amoeba in Hollywood. It was like the old location. I think they've like shut that one down. It was the one with the big globe on top of the entrance, and that was amazing too. It almost seemed like a darker, because like when you go into Zia's, it's all lit up and like high ceilings and stuff like that. And like as big as Amoeba is, it just still seems like they have like a big room you can go into, but it just seems like a little darker where it's just like only vinyl, and like like 2-story of vinyl, and like, but I don't know. They have a less of the toys and fun stuff, and then more of the records.
I get why they sell it. Focus on the music though. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
All right, what's the next question? So there's a lot to this. A lot of people will choose like, oh, this Grail, this super rare pressing, like, a test pressing, or like for me, favorite record doesn't, I mean, obviously it's the music on it, but it also just doesn't need to be the most rare thing on the face of this earth to be my favorite record.
Agreed.
But I'm gonna let you go first.
I'm first?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
So my favorite record, it's like my favorite record I own, and then just like one of my favorite records like all together, you know? Like Glare, Paramore.
Glare.
Yeah.
That's fine.
A little bit of Glare. All right. But Paramore, self-titled, when they released this, I remember they had broken up and got back together with some members or whatever, and they came out with this 17-track banger of an album.
It is really good.
So freaking good. And I think just altogether, the reasons why it's my favorite, is just the story behind it coming out, and obviously I needed to own it and every Paramore ever.
Oh, of course.
And, in light of their new coming, release that they just released, which is great. So excited. They always shock people with their, we're disappearing for 5 years and then boom.
That's how you do it.
This
is a recent acquirement, like as of yesterday before filming this video. I've been looking for this pressing for years. I Hate God, Dope Sick. Specifically this cover in this variant, because there are represses. This is a 2016 repress. I think it's from Germany. It's just the cover art, the variant's like a clear with red and blue splatter, but it's less the variant and more. I just want this cover. I don't, I just love it. And Sorry State posted on their Instagram that they got it in as part of their use thing, and we went the next day and it was still there, so I grabbed it. I paid up for it, don't get me wrong, but it was worth it.
Worth it, yeah. We went there for it. We're like, okay, what are we looking for? And we're both like on the other sides, like looking
we were
for
digging.
I got it.
Yep.
Like, okay, where is it?
So next question. We each chose one.
Yes,
And
go.
You want me to go first?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go first. So this is Jeff Rosenstock's We Cool. One of my favorite Jeff Rosenstock records. And it has You in Weird Cities. So when we met and like started talking and dating a little bit, she was living in Arizona, I was living in Austin, Texas. And so one of the ways we would one of our communication styles, if you will, was making each other playlists, right? Songs that we were relating to at the time, or songs that reminded of us of each other. And I put You in Weird Cities. And she plays it, and she liked it. And so whenever I hear You in Weird Cities by Jeff Rosenstock, I think of you. Yeah.
Yeah. I remember, like, we were first talking, and you went to the show, and you were like, sent me a bunch of videos and stuff. Yeah, that was fun.
It was fun.
It was cute. Now it's my turn.
It is your turn.
Mine's less sweet, I guess.
Well, I am all three of these things.
Well, duh. I mean, obviously, that's why I picked them.
Yeah.
Crazy Sexy Cool by TLC. That's another one when we were first starting to talk, and it was in the morning time, and I was just like, I want to play a record. I think it was on a weekend, and I told you, or I asked you to pick one that I had to play, and you picked this one, and I played it, and the rest is history.
The rest is history.
Because,
but I am crazy. I'm a little bit sexy, and I'm definitely cool.
We're
gonna cut that out.
You're a little
That's terrible.
crazy, a lot of sexy, and a lot of cool.
Okay, I'll take it.
Cool.
I'll take it where I can get it. So
Also a banger. Grew up listening to this album, which
of course.
I don't know how great that is because it's kind of, but such a good fucking album. Oh God, which one did I pick? You go first.
Okay.
Because I'm thinking.
So I have a lot of the records that people would consider grails in the genres that I listen to. I think I have two. One right now, I'm really looking for a 45 of Sister Nancy's Bomb Bomb. I think it's one of the best reggae songs to ever exist.
Yeah.
Beautiful song. If you don't know that song, every rapper from the early 90s to the early 2000s sampled that song. It is a thing. You will never be able to unhear it once you hear the original Sister Nancy song.
Probably heard it before.
Yeah, oh yeah, guaranteed. Jay-Z just did it in his latest. But anyways, that I'm looking for a 45 of. It's nothing crazy rare, or maybe it is, I don't know. But the other one is something that I missed out on, even though I own the whole discography. I'm so mad I missed out on it when it happened years ago when Alexis on Fire, when Dynalone Records repressed a bunch of Alexis on Fire stuff. They did 2 versions of their box set. Yeah. The first one, it was a cluster, and the website kept crashing and blah, blah, blah. I was ready to buy it. I never got to buy it. And because the website crashed and I just missed out, I would kill for a pressing of that under $700.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it would be pristine, but that is my whole grail. I do own all of their albums, a lot of their 7 inches, their 10 inches. I do own a lot of those, but it's just to have that box set that I wanted so bad and missed out on because the website crashed. Yeah. It was a bummer, but hey, that's it.
I remembered, I think a group called Sucre, which it is Stacy Dupree from Isley and Darren King, which is the drummer of Mute Math. They're married. They made an album together called A Minor Bird. I believe it was their first one that they ever did. And one of my favorite albums ever. And I think, you could probably find it. One for sale for $100 180, which I don't think I could, you know. If I could find it under $100 somewhere, maybe in the wild, I would obviously pay that. But that's definitely one of them. And then there's like a 7-inch Copeland one, which is like, I think the only Copeland that I don't have now. But that's really expensive. There's never any of those for sale. It's like the people that have them, they're like, no, I'm not even gonna sell it. Yeah, because now it's kind of the same, because you used to organize yours differently.
Mine was pure chaos.
And now it's the same as mine. So you just go ahead and explain it, because we do the same thing now.
So we organize it alphabetically by artist, and then, oddly, alphabetically by album. I toyed with chronological when it came to album, but I just think for me in my brain, it's easier to have it alphabetical to find it faster.
Also, can I mention that we have it exactly how it's listed on Discogs. So like,
well, the Discogs default.
Right. The Discogs default, exactly. So like the way it's
the DD. Sorry.
Anyway, but so we can like go and look in Discogs and be like, after we add it in, like, okay, where does this go? It goes in between blah 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 blah, you know, and that's where it goes. So it's like, you know, it's exact as to how it's listed defaulted in our Discogs alphabetically as it is on our shelves.
Yep.
You know, and I like that, you know. Go ahead.
And I have these fun little dividers.
Oh, yes.
I'm gonna regret pulling that out without looking.
Oh, no.
But yeah, so the little dividers, they're great. It allows me to find letters. That's about it.
Yeah, they're
as far as protection, we both use these. I stand by these sound sleeves from Bags Unlimited. Comes in packs of 100. There are plenty other brands out there. I prefer this. It is the product code is SLP3. They're 12 3/4 by 12 3/4, 3 mil poly sleeves. I have been using these since I started collecting vinyl seriously, and they've never failed me. And then you use those as well.
Yep.
But I also, on the inside for the records, I use the MoFi Original Master Sleeves. You don't want to be pulling your records out and having them scratch on paper forever. So that's what we use to organize and protect our records. There's one more question.
Oh no.
There's one more.
Is it a good one?
It's a good one.
Okay.
Why, yes, person, that definitely isn't me. That's just trying to plug our merch.
Oh my God.
We're wearing it right now. So we have Vinyl Reckoning shirts, and we have one crew neck sweatshirt for those winter times. Got a little logo on the breast. But if you want, we'll link it in below. These are made to order because we don't want to sit on inventory. Good quality. The t-shirt is very soft.
It is. I like it. It's not like I'm weird about collars and stuff, and it's not like it actually fits very well.
So if you're looking to pick up a fun little shirt.
Or mugs.
Or mugs.
What else?
I think the mugs are still up there.
Stickers and mugs. And
Stickers and
cups.
mugs and stuff. And if you just want a sticker, you can comment. We'll send you one. I have a ton of them. But yeah, if you want to do that, please check out the link below. We'll link a bunch of stuff below. But I think that's it.
I think that's it.
Thank you for asking all your questions. We greatly appreciate it. With that being said, for Vinyl Reckoning, my name is Matt.
I'm Stacy.
Y'all be easy. Have a good night.
Bye.